Sign it or get out, my mother snapped, sliding papers across the dinner table. My fork froze mid-air as everyone stared. Then the doorbell rang. My name is Emily Carter. I'm 36 years old. I work as a medical billing specialist. It's not glamorous, but it's steady, and after my divorce 3 years ago, steady was exactly what I needed. I'm the middle child. That means I grew up watching my older brother get praised for every achievement, while my younger sister got away with everything. Me? I was expected to smile, nod, and never make waves. For years, I tried to earn my family's approval. I worked hard, I stayed quiet. I thought maybe if I just kept being reliable, they'd see me. But after my divorce, I had to rebuild everything. My savings, my confidence, my sense of who I was outside of their expectations. It wasn't easy. But slowly, I started standing on my own 2 feet again. I wasn't rich or glamorous, but I had something they didn't expect. I had clarity. Have you ever felt cornered by your own family, pushed to do something you knew wasn't right just to keep the peace? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Before I continue, please subscribe and hit that like or hype button. Share your story in the comments if you've been there too. Let's stay connected. It started at what should have been an ordinary Tuesday dinner. My mother had invited everyone over. Nothing unusual. Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, the same floral tablecloth she'd used for 20 years. But the moment we sat down, I could feel the tension. My mother cleared her throat and announced there was important paperwork we all needed to sign that night. She slid identical folders across to me, my brother, and my sister. "It's about the property Grandma left," she said, her tone flat and businesslike. "Just a technical update. The lawyers already approved everything." I opened mine and started reading. The words were dense, full of legal jargon. I could barely get through the first paragraph before my mother snapped, "Emily, don't make this difficult." My brother smirked from across the table. "Come on, Em, it's not that complicated." I looked up. "I just want to understand what I'm signing." My mother's voice got louder. "You don't trust me? After everything I've done for you?" My sister stayed silent, eyes on her plate. Then came the ultimatum. "Sign it now, or you're out of any future inheritance. Your choice." The room went cold. I felt every eye on me, waiting. That night, my brother texted me privately. "You embarrassed Mom. Why do you always have to make things harder?" I didn't respond. Then came the group chat. My sister had sent a message. "Can't believe Emily stormed over paperwork." My brother added a laughing emoji. I hadn't even stormed out. I'd left quietly, but the narrative was already being written without me. 2 days later, my phone rang at work. It was my manager, confused. Apparently, my mother had called claiming she needed to verify my employment for some family matter. She'd disguised it as a reference check, but it was clear what she was really doing. She was trying to embarrass me, to remind me that she could reach into any part of my life. I felt humiliated, alone. But instead of breaking down, I started taking notes, screenshots of the texts, recordings of voicemails. I documented every attempt they made to pressure or undermine me. Something inside me shifted. I stopped defending myself. I stopped pleading for understanding. I just watched, and I waited. A week later, my mother called again. This time, her tone was sweeter. "We've scheduled a meeting with the family lawyer to finalize everything. You should come. It'll clear up any confusion." I agreed, calmly. No argument, no emotion, just a simple yes. What they didn't know was that I'd had my own conversations with Grandma before she passed. Little things she'd mentioned in passing, instructions she'd whispered during hospital visits when no one else was around. At the time, I thought they were just the ramblings of an old woman trying to make sense of her legacy. But now, looking back, they felt deliberate, intentional. The paperwork my mother was so desperate for me to sign, it felt rushed, urgent, like she needed it done before someone asked the right questions. I didn't know all the details yet, but I knew enough to stay quiet and let the process unfold. I had a plan they never saw coming, a secret inheritance they didn't even know existed, and I wasn't going to reveal it until the moment was right. So when my mother confirmed I'd be at the lawyer's office, I simply said, "I'll be there." No drama, no hints, just patience. A few days before the meeting, I got a call from Mr. Harrison. He'd been the family lawyer for decades, the one who'd handled all of Grandma's affairs. I'd always liked him. He was respectful, thorough, never talked down to anyone. "Emily," he said carefully, "I wanted to ask if you're aware of certain instructions your grandma left specifically for you." My stomach flipped. "What kind of instructions?" He paused. "I think it's best we discuss this during the official reading, but I wanted you to know that you have options. Don't let anyone pressure you into decisions you're not comfortable with." I thanked him and hung up, my hands shaking. Meanwhile, my family was growing more confident by the day. My brother joked in the group chat about how quickly everything would be wrapped up. My sister sent memes about family drama being over soon. My mother sounded almost cheerful on the phone, telling me what time to arrive and reminding me to dress appropriately. They thought they'd won. I let them believe it. I stayed calm, said very little, and let them underestimate me completely. The countdown to the meeting felt like waiting for a storm to break. The lawyer's office smelled like old leather and paper. We sat around a long wooden table, my mother at the head, my brother and sister on one side, me on the other. The lawyer sat at the far end with a thick folder in front of him. My mother started talking immediately, her voice confident and smooth. "As I explained to everyone, this is just a formality. Grandma wanted the estate handled simply, so we're consolidating everything under my name for easier management. Emily just needs to sign off on her portion." The lawyer looked up. "Actually, Mrs. Carter, that's not entirely accurate." The room went silent. He opened the folder and pulled out a sealed envelope. "Your mother left very specific instructions. This section of the will was sealed until today." He broke the seal and began to read. "My grandmother left the primary property, the one my mother had been trying to consolidate, directly to me. Not jointly, not conditionally, to me alone, with full decision-making power." My mother's face went white. "That's impossible. There must be a mistake." My brother leaned forward. "Check the documents again. That doesn't make sense." The lawyer remained calm. "The documents are clear. The signatures are authenticated. Your mother made these arrangements 2 years before her passing and confirmed them multiple times." I finally spoke, my voice steady. "I was never supposed to sign anything away. Grandma told me herself." The room stayed silent for a long moment. My mother tried to argue, but the lawyer calmly walked her through every legal document, every dated signature, every witness statement. There was no mistake. My brother and sister sat frozen, realizing they'd been part of something that was never theirs to control. I didn't gloat, I didn't raise my voice, I just clarified what Grandma wanted and made it clear I wouldn't be manipulated into giving it up. Then I stood, thanked the lawyer, and walked out. The relief I felt wasn't about the money or the property, it was about finally being seen, about knowing that someone, my grandma, had understood me when my own family hadn't. Power didn't come from being loud or demanding. It came from patience, truth, and knowing your worth wasn't up for negotiation. If you've ever been pressured to sign something, give up your rights, or surrender what's yours just to keep peace with family, this story is for you. Financial manipulation happens more often than we talk about. If you've experienced something similar, please share it in the comments. You're not alone. Subscribe for more stories like this one, and click hype to help this reach others who need to hear it. Your voice matters. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe, like, and share your own journey in the comments below. We're building a community of people who support each other through these challenges. Your strength inspires others. Let's keep lifting each other up. I'll see you in the next one.